Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of From Nothing, Lorna's story. We're going to pick up right where we left off as the party is approaching the Griffin's Bag magic shop in south side of Ferrum. Let's go ahead and find that splash if we can. Okay, so as you are approaching, what? That is not the right...
Oh, great.
There we go. Goodness gracious. As you are approaching the magic shop, your party is basically right behind you. And you see the wide facade of the Griffin's Bag, displaying all sorts of magical components and items and jars of objects and equipment out for display. And as you walk up to it, next to you, Tier says, "All right, so I know we talked about maybe kitting out everyone with, defenses, because I know for a fact that all of us, save Lilith, are working with just whatever armor we got from the merry-go-round.
Right.
But also, I've noticed a tendency that whilst we are purchasing things, we don't really try and do much haggling. And we kind of just accept the first deal that's showed to us. And I realize, that scholars come into some money, but still, perhaps, being a little more frugal might be in our best interest, especially when we're buying things, high-priced things, like armor."
Yes. If I forget to do that, just remind me.
All right, I could do that. We know Glass. He's a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Worst that'll happen is he just says no. So.
We should, I was going to suggest that after this stop, we go and get some cold weather gear, since we know we're going, north Terracona next, presumably. Maybe we can ask him if he's got something to reduce the effects of the cold.
Do you want... Well... How deep into that do we want to lean? Do we want armor of resistance to cold, or do we just want warm weather stuff?
No, because that's situational. I'm planning on us getting warm weather gear, but maybe there's something that can, take the edge off. I don't think all of us should be getting cold resistance armor. That feels like a huge expense for something that's situationally useful,
Behind you, you hear Nora say, "Y'all weaklings might need it."
Well, that's why the warm weather gear plus maybe something that can keep us warmer from glass might be a good double up, as opposed to... I can't
We
wear
don't know
armor.
how long... Oh, I see.
I can wear light armor.
Can you?
Yes.
Is Lorna proficient in light armor?
Yes, she has a warlock level.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm not trying to, be mean or anything. You are keenly aware that once you put on armor, your mage armor doesn't work.
I know, which is why I haven't been using it, which is why her dad's suggestion for upgrading her prosthetic with a different enchantment really appealed to her, because the mage armor it has doesn't really help her anymore.
Right. Okay. Okay, so hold on a minute. Let me pull up the character sheets. You'd think I would have these ready. Do me a favor while we're sitting here. Roll a roll from D&D Beyond, and let's see if it goes through.
Roll. Do you want me to... obviously, I have to connect them first.
Yes,
you mean to see if the results are the same?
Yes. So just roll an investigation check.
Okay. I rolled an 18 on D&D Beyond, and I rolled a 7 on Foundry, so no, they're not connected.
Wait a minute. You rolled an 18 total on D&D Beyond?
No, I rolled an 18 flat plus 10.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
It's fine. I was using physical dice anyways.
Okay. Then yeah, it's the problem is mitigated by that alone. Hold on, I'm still opening up the character sheets. Though I don't understand why my level up isn't taking account to these people. You guys are level 13 right now, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try a roll from D&D Beyond. I'm going to roll a dex save for Tier. It didn't even roll on D&D Beyond.
Check your game log to see if it popped up.
I'm looking. That's where I'm looking. He's not
Oh.
there. There's no roll. Hold on. Okay. It's not important. We can worry about this later. If we worry about it at all. Okay, I have the character sheets open. Everyone is indeed using just basic stuff. Behind you,
I've
Anscombe
got my
says...
druidic chain.
Yeah. Behind you, Anscombe says, I've been using the same Dragonbone longsword for ever. If they have something better and Glass will take a trade, that might be a good idea.
You're gonna form a new bond with the weapon.
It's a sword. It's
That's
not
cool.
like it's not sentient.
I'm just looking forward to it.
Oh. The way you said that made me think that I was
It wasn't
like betraying
judgmental.
someone.
No. And the Dragonbone Longsword has been very handy. The fire damage is excellent, but there are a lot of things that are resistant or immune to fire.
Yeah, and it's just not cutting through those things, and then it's basically just a sword. Which is, you know...
I mean, I'm all for this. My priority right now is getting a communicrystal, but if
How
I
much
can
do
help
those
with
run, do
other
we know?
purchases, I have no idea. No idea.
Lilith, like, looks over, and she, It depends, really, on who and where, but probably 1,000 gold, around there.
Lorna's like, it's most of my money. You guys are flush, right?
Maybe we should do a quick party fund, you know, check, figure out how much we all have.
I have 1,200. I just gave 500 to my dad to forge my mom, so...
That's, you know, that's fair. I'm sitting on about 860.
Where's all your
870.
money?
What?
Where's all your money?
I'll use it. Where's all your money?
I had 1,700 until this morning.
Right. That's
Did you get paid for the Hydra?
Oh, wait, I don't think I did. How much
Go
was
get
that?
your money. I don't know.
Tia runs off.
Everyone should have gotten paid for the Hydra.
How much does... do you remember how much you got paid for the Hydra?
No. I have to re-listen.
Okay.
I don't think I read it now. Everyone should just get 1,000 gold. That feels about right. If he has 800 and Lorna had 1,700, maybe it was like 900 gold.
Skolna, like, looks over at the conversation that's being had. How about just shy of 4K?
Lorna just looks impressed. Well, that's something we can work with for sure.
She shrugs. Anscombe, I have just shy of 2,000.
Okay. She looks at Skull and just says, "You need to teach Tier about proper money management, apparently."
She nods. And then she says, doesn't really care about money.
Yeah, and that's great, and I love that for him, and like as a moral standpoint or whatever. But we do need it to buy things.
Skolna just raises her eyebrows as if,
Yeah, I know you
no.
get it. He's not here. Yeah, he's not here for this. I'll share that message again when he gets back here.
Tier, for the sake of accelerating things, comes back. All right, I've been paid.
Great. So I have 1,200. Anscombe has about 2K.
Just shy of.
Skolna's got about 4. You've got. She looks at Tier expectantly.
Now 1,800.
Fantastic. That sounds more reasonable. I was like, there's no, what are you buying? Just throwing it at people? That's my job. I'm the one who throws money at people.
Nore is kind of sheepish, as she admits. I have about 400. I had to use it. It wasn't just... I bought the music so that I might be able to resurrect my sister.
You don't have to justify your spending. Tear does, but you don't. So it's all right.
She just looks at you and nods.
And Lilith?
Huh?
How much money do you have?
2 grand. Why?
Nice. Okay. See, we're just figuring out what we're going to be able to afford for this endeavor to...
I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. I was thinking about something.
Obviously, you've got a lot more wiggle room because you have suitable armor already for this endeavor. So you have more play money, I suppose you could say.
Yeah, sure. I mean...
So, look around Gloucester shop, see if there's anything that might enhance you.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe he has something for... Tyrus? What do they need? I should have really talked to Chris about
That's
this.
kind of on you. Do you want to talk to Chris before we go?
Maybe. Let's see if there's
we'll
anything that's not readily apparent.
After we stop here and we stop at some place to just buy general cold weather gear, we're going straight back to the Marigard to talk to Persh about jobs in Terracona. And while we're there, you can scamper off to Cress and talk to her.
All right.
And then we're on a tight timeline because we want to get out of here with my dad as quickly as possible because the master presumably knows that he's in the area.
Well, we're not going to get anywhere standing out here.
No. Lorna will go in.
Okay. The Griffin's bag is busy. It is full of customers that are milling about and, mostly buying components. You recognize a lot of Marigard's student attire. Robes and light armors and traveling clothes that are black and gold. And as you and your party kind of enter, you get a lot of looks. A lot of people are turning and noticing a contracting team entering the magic shop. But Glass, the dappled tabby tabaxi, leans over the counter and says, Miss Lorna.
Hey, Glass.
It is good to see you again. Welcome.
We're here to spend some money.
I am here to offer wares in exchange for money, so this is a convenient thing.
An excellent partnership. Do you have the time to give us some attention?
Oh, of course. Scruples! Handle these customers, yes? And a kobold that's got...
Scruples?
Yes.
Cute name.
A dark red rust kobold emerges from around the corner with a mop in hand, and you just hear, "You got it, boss." And he puts the mop up and starts handling The other customers, where Glass steps around the counter and approaches your team. How can we help you with the Griffin's bag?
Well, we have a few requests, a few things in mind, and then general
Mhm.
browsing. So this is going to be an excellent payday for you, I think.
I am pleased that you've chosen to spend your money here.
Of course we did.
Now, that being
Um,
said, this is a magic shop at the trading port, so we happen to have all sorts of variety of things, but we
mhm.
also might not have some of the more basic things you're hoping for. We're running a
We're
little
not looking
low.
for basic.
Okay, then I will shut up and let you speak.
First and foremost, do you happen to have a communicrystal?
I'm gonna roll a D100. It all comes down to this.
Dice in a tabletop dice playing game.
Indeed. Who would have known? I do.
Hmm.
Have a few. How many do you need?
Just one. Right? You don't. The other person doesn't need to have. If you want to communicate with someone, they don't need to have it as well, right?
No,
That's the
no, they
sending
do
box.
not. Yes, you're thinking of a Noish box, and those are much more flexible, but also limited. Communicrystal.
She
What?
she kind of like glances at Lilith and wiggles her eyebrows at like
Well, it just looks
less
tired.
flexible.
You see that he steps behind the counter as he's talking, and he says, "A communicrystal is a sending crystal that has multiple charges. You can expend more of its power to have a prolonged conversation with a person. Otherwise, it is just good for the sending spell, which is limited to 25 words per casting. You are a professional wizard, you know this. Here you are." And he puts a communicrystal out on the counter. It is tied to a fine leather necklace.
Mhm.
It looks more simple than you might have originally expected. It just looks like a blue bandesite crystal with some small divination runes around the base of it.
Can you just give me a ballpark estimate for that while it's sitting
For you, this one, 900 gold pieces.
there? Okay. She pulls out a scrap of paper and starts jotting down totals so that they can
Pierre
maybe
bumps
haggle
you.
a bulk. Yep. Yes. Well, we're gonna get a grand total first.
Okay, what is next? One
So,
communicrystal.
Unicrystal, I was wondering if you had something, preferably that affected more than one person, to protect them from the effects of cold. I'm not talking about like any specific armors of cold resistance.
So not resistance to cold, but traveling gear sort of thing.
Yes, yes.
There are ways. There are a few options. By what means do you intend to travel?
He glances at Nori. Horseback? Ship?
Norre looks at you and
Uncertain?
then horse.
Horse.
Okay. Then you're gonna want one of you who maybe will carry a mantle of the heating balm. It is a uncommon item. It does not provide any sort of resistance, but it does help alleviate the more extreme temperatures. They are very
Mhm.
popular in the Golden Wastes, mostly for heat, but they also work for cold. They try and keep the ambient temperature around the wearer, which is a radius of 30 feet.
Okay.
Maybe, around, comfortable climbs. It is limited. If you're in places of truly extreme weather, it will not hold up to that, but it
Mhm.
can help.
Okay. Is it attunement?
No, a person needs to be wearing it.
Fantastic.
It is 400 gold pieces, and mechanically,
Okay.
it will grant advantage to all those within 30 feet of the wearer against environmental saving throws.
She jots that down.
And you watch as he goes over to like a rack of what looks like almost like hiking gear and mountain climbing supplies, and he pulls off what looks like it's like a collar of a poncho with none of the rest of the poncho, and he lays it on the counter, and it's like made of like beads, and it's fairly colorful.
It's cute.
It's kind of pastel colors. It looks like it's almost a tribal creation. But as he sets that there, it is called a mantle of balm and weather. You're gonna have to add that as a custom item.
Yep. Mantle, balm, and weather.
It will take a cloak slot.
Sure. So you can't double up on cloaks.
Yeah.
That is fine. So, Lorna looks satisfied. She said those are the specific things I was looking for. I think Anscombe was talking about a new weapon.
I need a new blade to replace my old dragonbone longsword, which I think I got here, if I recall. If you have anything with a little more oomph, I can use literally anything. Well, why don't we take a look at the equipment aisle? You watch as Anscombe follows Glass over to like the various racks of supplies. How much money are you willing to put into Anscombe's weapon?
How flexible is the party with distributing their gold for group purposes?
Probably pretty flexible, considering.
1K?
Okay. Let's see here. Eventually, let me see here. If I can find this on the page. Hold on. You hear conversations coming from Anscombe that's basically like discussing if he didn't use a shield, what he could carry.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, he comes away with a massive... Well, massive is the wrong word. It is very long, but it's a battle axe, and the head of it is very thin.
Oh.
And you see that the teeth of it are... They look wicked, but they also look perfectly symmetrical. And as he sets it on the counter, it's a vicious battle axe. It is going to shore up anything the fire damage wouldn't do with just slashing. So mechanically, it deals an additional 2d6 slashing on every swing.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Impressive.
He nods. But you see that Glass kind of hesitates and says, "It is powerful by nature. The magic within it is chaotic.
Do weird things happen?
No, it's not like wild magic. It's just when it rends something, the vicious nature, it superimposes multiple axe blades in the same place.
Oh.
So it is powerful and unpredictable, and the wounds can be brutal. As a result, it's 1,500 gold pieces."
Okay, she will jot that down.
Then Lilith says, "Hey, I know I was going to talk to Cress, but maybe Glass knows. I'm recently a paladin. Do you have anything for that? You know,
For her holy ways.
for paladin stuff." And you see Glass smirks a little bit, and he says, "Of course. Why don't you come with me over to the devout items?"
His devout section. It's like the
Yes,
Bible section in a
indeed.
bookstore.
Yeah. As Lilith follows, she added to the list of things is an amulet of the devout +2,
Oh, okay.
which is 800 gold pieces.
Okay. That last 800. What does that do?
Glass goes to describe. It is the sort of item that lets you channel and commune with your deity, entity, host, sponsor more effectively, and it increases the effectiveness of your spell attacks and saving throws. It also grants you an additional use of your channel divinity mechanically.
Okay.
You see that
great.
it is very pretty, and they did pick out one that has a tiny blue and silver dragon
There you go.
on the amulet. You see Lilith is like looking at it with basically lust in her eyes.
Okay, that's on the counter now.
Then Tierre says, "All right, I've noticed that we haven't talked about this because we keep forgetting. We need armor.
Yes.
Armor is priority. Glass, if you happen to have any, that would be great. If you don't, please point us where we can find some. We have been shirking our defenses, and I'd like to remedy that before it gets any farther down this conversation with all the pretty knickknacks and baubles that we're finding."
You make a good point. Magical armor bird.
Glass smiles and he says, Of course. Armor is vital. By all means, follow me." And he leads you over to various armor racks. Now, if you want anyone to have adamantine armor or mithril armor, you can just have that. That can be bought. That's like the uncommon of armors. It just shows
that will
up.
be our. If Glass doesn't have anything we either want or can afford, that will be our fallback, I suppose.
As he's looking, he watches your party like looking over the various armors. Let me see here. Roll me a d6, please.
Sir, yes, sir. 6.
Okay. Let's see here. 6. That's the wrong window. Okay, roll me a D100.
Okay. $18.
The first armor that Glass points out it doesn't look like armor at all. He stands behind a small like a jug. And as he looks at Anscombe or Lilith, Glass says, "Looks can be deceiving, but let me show you." And he pours the jug over a mannequin.
Is it the bronze?
It is liquid armor that pours over. In this case, it is onyx black.
What is? Lorna looks smitten by it. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
As you look at it, Glass goes on to say, "It is contours to your skin. It can be worn under normal clothes, behaves as full plate armor, and it does not impose disadvantage on stealth."
Talk dirty. Sorry. I'm getting excited.
This is, I understand. Perhaps, enchanting is in your future too. But also this armor grants resistance to fire damage. How much? Anscombe immediately asks from behind you. For the bronze, for the molten armor, that is going to be 1,800 gold pieces.
Oof. Okay.
Anscombe like is counting his money and he's looking at the battle axe. His total for everything is like
it's huge.
It's like 3,400.
We're gonna have no money after this.
Well, I mean that's kind of the side effect of spending your money on magic items.
Although we are going back to Malachor to drop Lorna's dad off at Mike's Manor. Skullna might be able to pull.
You should probably talk to her about that.
She actually, like, while Anscombe is looking at like this molten armor and like and this stuff on the table, I think Lorna would like sidle up next to Skullna and be like, this might be rude of me to ask, but do you still have those promissory notes?
Yeah.
Just, depending on what the total runs into, we might need them.
How much are we trying to buy?
It'd be nice to be ready.
Skullna looks at you.
Hold on. Let me add up what we have right now. 1,800. We have 5,400 on the table right now, which I'm obviously gonna try to haggle down a little bit, maybe to 5,000 flat if we don't add anything else. But Lilith, Tier, and you still don't have any magical armor.
Skullna nods. Eventually, as you you realize Skullna's like trying to like.
She's letting me squirm.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. She seems like she's enjoying it just a little bit.
It's because I pointed out her dimples last session, right?
That's for sure what it is. Yeah.
Motherfucker. Just cruel. Lauren doesn't break the silence.
Skullna just shrugs.
What else you got, Glass?
If you're looking for more protections and defenses, we also have dragon scale mail of the red, white, and bronze varieties.
White? I mean, I know I said that we didn't need to focus on cold resistance, but she kind of like glances at Norre. How do you feel about white scale mail?
Norre.
Is it too heavy?
No, she's proficient in medium armor. She considers it kind of like fiddling with one of the braids that hangs over her shoulder. And then she says, I need armor. And Blade Maiden armor is not the same as, scale mail that you might buy around here. Which is good, because it means that they won't see me as if I'm trying to pose. Considering I haven't been part of the Blade Maidens in so long. If we can swing it, yeah, I could use that. I could use that well.
How much is it?
Glass pulls out a suit of dragon scale mail. It is perfectly white, with like bandings of blue that hold it all together.
Oh, that looks so good on her.
It is, based on the price tag, you see it is 1,200 gold pieces.
Adds it to the list.
Yeah, when Norre sees the price tag, she says, you don't have to. I know I'm...
Well, let's just see. Let's just get all our cards out, and then we'll find our wiggle room. We'll figure out what we're doing.
All right. That's fine. You see that Lilith has her eyes set on a weapon as you guys are talking.
Don't you have a good weapon?
I have one good weapon. I don't have two.
What are you carrying right now? I just want to see. I'm curious.
Well, okay. Look at it this way. Right now, my main good weapon is a rapier. It's +2. My shitty sidearm is a short sword of wounding.
I thought you got something else.
A rapier. I also got a bow, if that's what you're talking about.
No, I feel like when we were wiggling around the fancy stuff from Skullna's house, she got something.
I got a rapier. Norre got the frost brand.
Oh. All right.
And then
Okay, but
Skolna
would you
got
be
the fucking like the crazy fast rapier,
okay?
double
Yes, but
attacks or
that's
whatever.
her family's.
Yeah, I'm not
Uh,
complaining. I understand. I'm just saying.
okay. All right. Well, you could, sell back the sort of wounding.
That's what I was about to say. Is you could sell
Okay.
that.
What? Sorry. All right. What are you looking at?
She points it out to you, and you see there is it's a scimitar. That's the only way to describe it. It's like a falchion, but it's like the back of the falchion is skeletonized with like holes cut through it, and the whole thing has like this rich inlay of mithril along the blade. You see it is a scimitar of speed.
Okay.
So here's the
All right,
thing. Here's
Glass.
the thing. Here's the thing. Wait. Before you commit, I don't get me wrong. I want this, but also, she then points down, and you see that there's belts of giant strength.
I thought you were a speed fighter.
What do you know?
Nothing. She holds up her scrawny, minimalist bicep.
So look at it like this, okay? I am normally a dexterous fighter, but if I put that on, I can use the same techniques, but hit way harder.
Could you still use your rapier?
Yeah.
I don't know how it works.
Mechanically, you just pick the higher stat. It doesn't change if you can use it or not.
So if a belt or the scimitar is what we're talking about.
Right. Okay, so here's the thing. I know we're a little strapped for cash. We're not. Well, we're not. I'm just saying this.
We're not.
The shopping cart's getting a little full, all right? And she points at the scimitar. The scimitar basically lets you have a free attack on a bonus action when you make an attack, which helps, but I have a bonus attack anyway when I stab stuff. But the belt would just make all of my attacks better and everything else I do.
Glass, could you give me the price for both of those things?
Yes, let me look at the belt.
And as he's doing that, she looks at Lilith and says, would you sell the sword of wounding for the belt? Or do you need two weapons?
Oh, no, if we were going to get me the scimitar of speed, we could sell both my rapier and my short sword.
Oh.
But if we're buying the belt, I need both the weapons, because then I don't have a weapon.
Okay, well, let's hear the total then.
Glass says, this is a belt of stone giant strength. It is 2,200 gold pieces.
She just looks at Lilith.
You see Lois, like, grit her teeth, and then she says, all right, how much is the scimitar? The scimitar is comparable in price. It is 2,400 gold pieces.
Counter. She looks at Lilith. Counter. With the belt, you wouldn't sell the weapons. With the scimitar, you would sell the weapons.
Yeah,
which makes
that was the deal.
scimitar much more affordable.
I'm okay with that. It also means I could get a shield.
True, just like a +1 shield.
What do you say, Glass? Can we make that deal? And Glass says, let me see the swords you're talking about. Lilith pulls the rapier +2 and the short sword of wounding out and holds them out to Glass. Well, they are clearly used, but as magic items, it's not really a problem. I can give you 700 gold for both.
Okay.
So, if you get the scimitar speed and sell the swords, that comes to about, like, 1,700. Because the scimitar was 2,400 minus 700.
Okay, so I'll just make the scimitar speed 1700 on my list.
Whereas the belt of giant strength is just 2200.
22. I thought you said 2000.
No, it's 2200.
Jesus, yeah, we're not.
I
getting
said
that belt.
2200.
Oh, no, I balked it when I heard the first number was a 2 and just never tuned
Why
back
does
in.
the extra 200 gold make it an absolute no?
Okay. And our and the shield. Did you hear me?
So a +1 shield is 75 gold pieces.
Let's just toss that on.
Okay, so you're selling Lilith's blades and getting a scimitar of speed. Okay.
Yep.
Hold on.
I adjusted for the scimitar speed to 1700, so I'll be able to give you a total.
Okay. Let me remove these. I'm trying to keep track of these as we're having the conversations, because Jesus.
Okay. All right. She's like, done.
Hold on. Shield +1. After that, yeah, Lilith, like, is looking at the scimitar speed on the counter, just like, oh, man. It's so pretty.
Lorna looks at Tierra and Scald and says, "You are the only two who haven't picked something, so
Right, okay, sure.
do it." And
Um,
Mr. Armor, you were talking about armor.
yeah, I was. Okay. He's like looking at the racks, and he suddenly is very aware of how self-conscious it is when everyone is shopping for him. All right.
Holy fuck, we're having a big total echo.
I know you do.
It's 8,375 right now.
Whew. Yeah, that's stacking up. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. Tier looks at the armor, and Tier is very dexterous. He is going to say, all right, so here's what I'm thinking. I don't really... Okay. Can we make a deal, Glass, with, like, some adamantine studded armor, and I could go get it fitted by Sekka? Can we do that? I don't see why not. She would certainly have the tools and expertise to work adamantine. And it's just the studs and banding. So, I don't have a problem with that. Alright, so then just a set of adamantine studded, then. 230 gold pieces.
Mr. Frugal, 230 you said?
Yep.
Got it. Skolna
is shifting through the racks. And for her, I need you to roll me a D100.
Okay. Skolna's gonna be MVP. D100?
Yep.
You will not believe this. I rolled a 1.
A 1!
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Most expensive possible thing, I'm sure.
Hold on. Roll me a D12.
Okay. 6. Right in the middle.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
If we can't afford it, you know. Well, Skolna, if it's Skolna looking and she's the one with the 25k in savings, she could probably do whatever she wants.
I mean, okay. Okay. She picks up what looks not that much different from her own armor. She basically pulls out a suit of studded leather +1.
That's it.
Yeah.
That doesn't look very exciting, Skalda.
As she's laying it on the counter, she looks at you. Do I ever look exciting?
I suppose that would defeat the purpose of how you do your work.
To address your role, Glass says, well, before you commit to a simple enchantment, may I maybe sway you to something with some utility? I know rogues, particularly of Maxwell's ilk, don't always like to rely on magical effects, but I happen to know your reputation, Miss Mykex, and I know for a fact that you are a master of infiltration. And maybe something like this? And he pulls off the rack a suit of studded leather that looks, it's like shifting in colors slightly. It's like iridescent. And as he lays it on the counter, he says,
Like
this
beetle
is...
skin?
Yeah. He says, this is glamored. You can change its appearance to look as though it's normal clothing or anything else you might like it to be. In the moments of a quick costume change, I cannot think of a better suit of armor for a rogue such as yourself. Skolna looks at it. How does it work? Well, you wear it, you attune to it, and then you imagine what you want it to turn into, and that will be your outfit. You see
With the properties of the armor, right?
Yeah. You see Skolna's eyes just like dilate.
Like a cat.
Yeah.
Locked in. Well, that'd be great, because if you get caught and you look like a rogue at a place you shouldn't be, they know you're not where you're supposed to be. But if you dress as a commoner or like a fancy dress at a party or something like that, that's cool.
She's nodding. Okay. How much? Glamour is not the cheap enchantment. For this, 2,000 gold.
Woo.
And Skolna just puts a promissory note for 2,000 gold on the counter.
So that's already covered.
He looks at it and he says, ah, the Vault of Malachor. This is perfectly good tender. He takes the note.
So I can just scratch that off.
Skolna buys herself glamored studded leather.
Nice. Okay,
She
I will
did not seem to need any convincing further.
All right. Yeah, I figured. She's just the one with deep pockets. So, right now we are sitting at 8,605.
I have some things that maybe could sell.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I do too.
She's already like sliding on the studded leather as she's speaking. It's not attunement, by the way.
I just nutted.
As she pulls out a cloak of elven kind, she sets that on the counter. She sets out a large pouch of gems that you didn't know she had. She pulls out 3 art pieces that are like little statuettes.
Lorna's just idly speculating where the fuck those came
She
from.
withdraws a small round of like a magical component. It's like a piece of amber with like a glowing center to it.
Mm-hmm.
And she sets all that on the counter. Glass is looking at them like a small treasury. Let's see. For all this, I can offer 1,300 gold pieces. Skolna looks at you.
Okay. Minus 1,300. 8604. Math is hard for the bad at math people. Okay, so our total right now is 7,305.
Okay. Let's see here. Lilith, is looking at the scimitar of speed, and the amulet of the devout, and she says, I'll put 2,000 for these. It's not all of it, but it's most of it.
Right, okay. Okay. Minus 2,000. Could press the right buttons.
Tier bumps you again.
Hold on. Before you put down that 2,000,
Okay.
Glass. We are buying so much stuff from you.
You are buying
and we
many
are
things.
such good customers, and we came back here specifically to buy from you.
You are, and I am very pleased to see you again.
Mm-hmm. How would you feel about making it 6,900 instead of 3,700?
6,900 instead of 7,300.
She just flutters her eyelashes at him.
Roll a persuasion check.
I picked 69 because persuasion. 24.
That is fine with me. I will make that deal.
All right. So it's at 6,900 right now, minus the 2,000 that
you hear in your
Lilith
mind,
is.
Nori says, you should have asked for a bigger discount.
It's a huge discount.
It's 400 gold off.
Nori, I grew up rich. I don't know things.
I mean, you're kidding me, right? You
gotta take the lead next time.
Nori steps up and she says, Glass, I know you've made arrangements with Lorna just now, but our next task is to go try and avenge my sister, and maybe I'll be able to resurrect her. And I really need help. The armor will help, the bomb will help, my allies being kitted will help. So please, if you wouldn't mind, just take a little more off, just so that our travels over there are a little easier. You know the Misty Vale and the Icy Vestiges, they're not kind to anyone. Nori's rolling a persuasion.
Good for her. What did she roll?
She rolled a 16 on the die.
Plus
which is
7,000.
It's 31.
Oh my god.
Glass seems to be considering it for a moment, and he says, you can take the lot for 5,500, and I will not go.
Oh my god.
I will not go a coin lower.
Lorna looks so impressed at Nore.
Nore does a thing you've never seen her do. She presses her fist into her palm, and she dips her head in a bow.
You're gonna say smile.
She smiles all the time. You see Nore smile all the time, so...
She does this cool,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
With the new deal of 5,500 for the lot, Lilith says, does that mean I don't have to be broke?
Okay, how much? How about 1,500 from you, Lilith?
Oh, that's great. Absolutely.
Okay, all right. So
she takes 500 gold back. She had 35 gold after that.
Right. Jesus. Okay, so now we're at 4,000. She'll look at who hasn't offered up money.
I'll put 1,500 up.
Okay. 1,500 from Anscombe is 2,500.
Tier seems to contently say, "Oh, I'll get 1,200 for it. We just got paid, right?"
We did, since you remembered to actually take your coin pouch this time.
You know what? Fine. Okay, I deserve that.
Okay, so you did 1,200 from the 2,500 remaining, so that means there's 1,300 left. Who hasn't offered money yet? Norre and me.
Yeah. Norre, who said she has $400. She says, I can put out 200.
Okay, that's
That's
fine.
half what I
I'll
got.
do. That's perfectly fine. So it's 200 from Norre for 1,100 and
Skolny says, how much is left?
1,100, and I have 1,200, so obviously I can do some.
Skolny puts 600 on the table.
Okay, 600. That is 500 left. Okay. Yeah, and Lorna will do the 500. Ooh.
Anscombe, seeing all this pass back and forth, he looks at the urn of hoard metal. So how does this work?
What do you mean?
Do I
Oh. Well, obviously we're gonna have to pour it on you.
do
You
I
want to do that like now or later?
He looks at he looks at glass.
Is he allowed to have stuff under it, or does he have to get,
For the attunement, it is a better idea that you be in this dark. After that, when you put it on and off, it will assume the form of your body. But the first time, you should be naked.
And Lorna just looks at him and says, when we get back, when we drop my dad off, we'll get you sorted out.
He nods. And then he says, you said this doesn't put disadvantage on stealth, right? And Glass nods. Anscombe takes his cloak of elven kind off.
Hey, that's the one that Lorna bought for the fall festival.
Yeah. Which has been through a lot, but still good. And he
came from here.
Offers it to Glass, and Glass says, "It is familiar. I am happy to offer 200 gold for it. As I believe it was 400 when you first bought it." Anscombe says, "Unless we want to keep it."
I don't have enough attunement slots for that.
He nods and he sets the Cloak of Elvenkind on the table, and Glass gives him 200 gold.
Glass, I have a question as they're distributing their goods and services.
I have an answer.
What is the difference between, my scroll is not working, a fire elemental core and a fire heart?
Glass looks at you. They are the same. They are different names for the same component.
I see.
It
So
is a condensed cube or sphere, depending, of pure elemental fire magic.
do you sell those?
Yes, they are not cheap. You did just spend
How
a
much
lot
is
of gold.
one? I know, but I'm not broke yet.
Uh,
I'm just trying to gauge the market.
A single fire a single fire core or heart is 300 gold pieces.
Okay.
Many
What about Go ahead.
I was just going to say many spells or enchantments that would require multiple. They're not cheap.
I know. How much is a stone core?
Oh, a heart of earth that 150 gold pieces.
Okay. And finally, how much do you think a water core would cost?
300 gold pieces.
Okay. I'm working on something.
I gather.
I have a core, a fire core. I'm
Do you
lacking.
wish to keep it?
I'd like to put, I need to buy another one, a stone core and 2 water cores.
I see. You are making something with longevity.
I think so. I'm not sure. I'm kind of picking up where somebody left off.
What is it? Or am I not allowed to know?
It's not like you're not allowed to know. I just need to look through my notes because it's been a minute. This was pre-Shona. It's been a minute. Oh wait. Never mind. This is how much was part of the unfinished elixir. I only need an air heart and a fire heart. I'm so glad I bolded that. Let me figure out, because I talked to that person in the civic college. Give me a second. I didn't think about this. Fuck, I passed it.
Those that toy around with the elemental magics often hurt themselves, so...
Mhm.
If you're not using it for enchanting, I admit I am intensely curious.
Well, as soon as I find this fucking note, I'll be able to tell you what it's about. My scroll feature is so bad. I wrote it down.
I believe you.
Why can't I find? Wait. Wait. Oh, I have maybe ask the alchemist. Well, fucking useful pen. Good job. I definitely asked them about it.
Uh-huh.
And they told me what it was. Why didn't I check this earlier? That's so not useful. I'd have to re-listen to this session. I'm sorry. I didn't write it down like I thought I did. I'm stupid.
What are you looking for?
The Lyra Quent, when we interrogated her, we also, before that, we asked about the thing that the weirdo in the Paladin of Tyrus's tomb was making, and she specifically told me, and I just didn't write it down because I'm a dipshit. But I know I
Roll a
only need
history
an
check.
air heart and a fire heart. All right, well, this works too, I guess. It was like a specific name. It had a specific name. 10. A natural 20 for a 30.
She told you that what they were basically creating was an elixir of elemental infusion, specifically one of fire.
Thank you. And what would that do?
It ranges depending on how well the potion is made. It could just grant someone resistance to fire. It could do something much more extreme, like grant them fire abilities.
Oh, so thank you. With that information suddenly sparking back into her memory, she explains that to Glass.
Okay.
That she had found this bizarre alchemist with elementals at his beck and call, seemingly putting this together, and he had almost finished, but he needed a fire core, which I have now, and an air core, so that's the only one I need.
I do have an air core if you wish to purchase one.
Yeah, I would be interested.
Uh,
Are you a mixer of elixirs? An elixir mixer?
I am not an alchemist, but I've dabbled. I suspect you might be better off recruiting Bud up at Bud's.
Brilliant. I could stop by her and we could put this together right now. How much is that air?
An air core is 200 gold pieces.
She slaps it down on the table. Done.
He places an air core, which is like wrapped in burlap. He says, "Don't leave it in open air too long, or it will sublimate.
What do I put it in?
Just leave it wrapped in the
Oh,
burlap."
sorry. Air elemental core. Okay. And I did. Thankfully, I'm not completely stupid, and I put that she took the tools that alchemist was using. She took like all of the
Yeah.
fancy shit. So she has the tools to put it all together. She just was missing that air core and the fire core, but she got one from one of those fire elementals.
If you do decide to go have Bud assist you with this, will you let me know? Because I would be very curious to watch and assist.
I was thinking about doing that next.
Okay,
I want to take a lunch.
I do, yes. Screwballs! You see the kobold looks up, and he's, like, back behind the counter and is, like, ringing up various sales, and he says, "Yeah, I am taking a break for research purposes. By all means, the store is yours. You got it, boss."
I like Scruples. Cute fucking name.
Glass, you see he, like, takes his mercantile robe off, and he pulls on a coat. And he says, lead the way.
All right. Field trip of Glass. We're
It
gonna
don't happen often.
scurry over to Bud's now. Holy shit.
Okay.
It'd be amazing if I could put this together like right now and have something fucking cool happen.
I mean, it's been a long time coming. You
I
leave.
fucking remember.
You did it though. You finally remembered. You leave the Griffin's bag. And as you do, you head up towards. Can you? Hold on.
Me looking through
Not
my notes.
you.
Can you just fucking work?
Yes.
I'm resonating with your frustration.
Okay, so
it's a big ass pile of notes.
as you make your way up towards Bud's, the herbalist and alchemist up on the street just up to the Marigard Academy, when you, it's Glass is just as excited to see this come through as you are, and he's not much for small talk, but he is talking a lot about the idea of a potion and elixir with longevity.
Lorna will share, like, as they're walking, she'll share the notes that this elemental alchemist took, like, because, like, the recipe is probably, like, there. He just didn't have all the pieces yet.
As he looks at it, he says, "It appears as though this person did not have much honor in the way they behaved.
No, that's what we gathered.
But that doesn't mean that we cannot benefit from his research. This is the sort of thing that we should absolutely take advantage of. It looks as though he's working off of a recipe for some sort of investiture potion, but it is tweaked
To last permanently.
to be a permanent alteration of the body. This might be as minor, as I said, to resistance to fire damage, to something as extreme as granting the drinker an elemental form."
Oh, Lorna's like, she's getting more amped up as he, like, speculates on it.
I don't know for sure. Like, maybe...
But that's just so fascinating. She's
Yeah.
geeking out with him.
As you do arrive in front of Buds, and your whole party is just kind of, like, following... They're all very invested in their own, like, what they've just bought. Like, Skolna has swapped clothing styles, like, 12
Does
times.
she look good? She's just, like, having her own montage.
At the moment, you glance back at her, and she's wearing, like horse rider's gear. She has, like, riding pants with the big poofy legs.
I love it.
And, like,
I
a
love
short coat. And when you look at her, she's, like, looking down at herself, and you see a smile is, like, on her face.
I would kill the world for that smile.
Lilith is reading something on the inside of her shield as you guys are walking. It seems as though there's, like, a hefty inscription or something, and she's just reading it. Anscombe is using a whetstone on his battle axe, and he's cut through the stone, and he's currently looking at it, and he's very confused.
Like, yeah, you just bought that. You don't need to sharpen it.
Do you say that to him?
I think she thinks that. I
Okay.
think she like realizes that he's probably just testing its sharpness as opposed to actually trying to sharpen it.
He does seem to be like he's swinging the battle axe around as someone who knows how to use it. It's clear that Anscombe is trained with a battle axe. You suspect maybe that was his weapon of choice before the longsword.
Aw, good. He's getting back to his roots.
When you get to Bud's, it's not so busy in here. It smells like dirt. It smells like fertilizer. It smells like rich plant life. And it also smells a little acrid. And the dwarven herbalist turns around as you enter, and she just says, "Welcome to Buds. How can I help you?" And then
Bud?
Glass behind you says, "Bud, we need your practical skills right now."
We have a fun project.
"Is that right?" And Bud looks up. She lifts like the protective glasses, and her face is just like blackened. "Oh, I remember you. You collected Briarhearts for me over a year ago."
Sure did.
"Well, you've grown up.
Yeah. That's a nice way of putting it.
You were
And
a
I
wee
actually
lass
far
last
more
I saw you."
interesting. Well, yes. I have
Well-
something more interesting than Briarhearts this time.
"Oh, aye. You need some potions or something?"
I need your expertise in mixing an elixir.
"Oh, that's what you meant by practical skills. All right. What have you got?"
Lorna like marches up to the counter. She slaps the book down with like the presumed recipe,
Yeah.
and then like all of the cores. It's like a she has the 2 fire cores, the stone core, the 2 water cores, and the air core. And she even pops out the tools. Like I'm sure Bud has them, but she pops them out onto the table as well, just in case there's anything that she doesn't have.
She's looking at it all, and she's looking at the recipe. She looks at you, and she says, "Whoever it was that wrote this was a monster of a person."
Well, he's no longer doing terrible things thanks to us.
"One that abuses elementals. That's disgusting. But looks like you have all the components here."
We'd like to see what it does. And I don't want to fuck it up.
So you've come to a professional.
That's right.
Well, I work by
I
the
know
hour.
where my weaknesses are. Okay.
It's going to be 25 gold an hour for brewing, with a 50 gold custom creation fee on top.
50 plus 25 per hour.
With a recipe like this,
That's
I expect it'll
perfectly
take 4 hours of brewing.
Okay. Norman's like, okay, I gotta go get my dad and bring him here then.
I'm sorry? Say that again?
She thinks that internally that
Oh.
like Balin, Lord Cross said that he'd be done in an hour
Yeah.
writing his letters. So, how long were they in Glass's shop?
You were in there for about, 30 minutes.
Okay, so she's gonna keep her mind on that and run to go get her dad
Okay.
when
So
it
you...
is needed.
Understood. So you agree to let Bud start brewing this?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Glass says, do you mind if I participate, or at least spectate, in the brewing process? I am immensely curious. And Bud looks at him and says, "That's fine. Just don't get in the way." And the dwarf starts, breaking down the components, and she pulls out this large, black, obsidian mortar and pestle. And the first thing she does is she throws the fire core into it and begins breaking it up. And you just see flames just with every stomp of the pestle into it. And Glass says, "Well, we will be here." He says to you, as he doesn't even look at you. He's just watching her as she works.
It's locked in.
Yeah. As you're leaving, Bud says, "Turn the sign on the outside. I'm closed for now."
Okay, she will do so.
Okay. And you, when it is time, you head up to go meet Remus Majere, Lord
My papa.
Balin Cross, your dad. Okay. All right. So as you head up to the Merry Guard, you agree to meet him in the front, right?
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay. Sure enough.
Almost got the rose right.
Almost. It's close. You know, what can you do? I actually think it's a very good, like, truncated symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for like, quick hand. I could totally see that symbol being it. Anyway. As you arrive, you see Lord Balin Cross and Keen are not loitering. You see they're having a quiet conversation with a strange merchant who's posted up just outside the Merrygar Mercenary Academy.
Inside, are they sus?
You've seen this merchant before.
Oh.
He is oddly tall with a lumpy demeanor in his coat, and he has like a cart of frozen creams.
Oh my god, it's the goddamn kobolds.
As
okay.
Lord Cross is like he's got the image of a noble who's like leaning over a prospective ware that he's interested in, and the merchant is impatiently trying to describe the flavors to the guy. And as you're arriving, you finally hear him say, I suppose I'll try what was it you the honey lemon.
Yes, get the honey lemon! Lorna yells as they get closer.
Oh, you're here. Would you like a frozen cream?
Yes.
All right, well, my treat. I was originally just Keen was having a thirst, and I was just trying to.
Sweet tooth.
What flavors would everyone like? And suddenly the merchant, who was looking impatient, he's just like, oh, this has gotten way better. Okay.
Excellent.
The merchant says, remember, it's 5 copper for just a wooden bowl or 3 silver for a chilled bowl, and I need the bowls back.
Got it. Well, you know, whatever my dad wants.
So Lord Balin Cross buys you and your mercenary team whatever flavors they want of frozen cream.
Incredible. Lorna is going to carry that into the academy with her to talk to Persh. She's just eating frozen cream while she's talking to Persh.
Okay. As you arrive, Persh looks at you and he says, Lorna, right, okay.
Hey.
Don't get any on the floor, please.
You know I'm better than that.
Behind you, you hear Anscombe say, oh, got it.
Hanscom.
I caught it.
Hey, Persh.
Hi. How can I help you? You look
We are...
busy.
Yes, lots of things to do. We are thinking of heading north soon. We would like to know if you've got any jobs in the area so we can kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Right. You mentioned that up in Terracona.
That's right.
Let's see here. What
The
region?
more... She glances at Nori, the Misty Vale.
Nori nods. Misty Vale up through the icy vestiges, or the west side of the Origis Range. Anything around there? I know it's a big stretch. Hirsch opens up a ledger and he begins shifting through it. All right, I'll do something. Depends on how willing to go offshore you all are.
I think we're flexible.
Good. Can all of you swim? And the whole team just kind of nods.
Yes.
Good. There's a... Sounds like there's a cult of Tyrus trying to summon a dragon turtle off the Drake shores.
A cult of Tyrus?
Aye.
Oh.
You turn like Loth is like, what?
What is there? Okay. Trying to summon a dragon?
Dragon turtle.
Oh. Okay. Stop them? Is the job, I'm assuming?
That would be the job, yeah. You'd be reporting to the Misty Vale itself. the town of Misty Vale, which is just south of the Drake Shores. Your point of contact is town official known as Halbring.
Halbring. Well, first, before she gets any more information, she looks at Lilith. Is this a conflict of interest?
I don't know.
Maybe you need to pray about it.
Maybe.
You were going to talk to Kress.
Yeah, I was, actually. That's a good point.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Can you come with me?
Go do that. Sure. Hold that thought, Persh. We might not be able to take this based on Lilith
All right.
highs.
Fine.
Is Remus Majere with?
Yeah, he's like right behind you guys. Just kind of like patiently
you
watching.
guys just wait here while we go talk to the paladin instructor.
So you know, if this clears up any confusion, the purse on this one is 16 grand.
16,000?
Yes.
Lorna looks at Lilith. I hope this isn't a conflict of interest.
Lilith looks nervous.
Well, we'll figure it out. You guys wait here. She gestures to the rest of the party. Her dad and Keen. We'll be right back.
Go on then, Tyr says.
They've all got frozen cream at the very
Yeah,
least.
everyone is distracted. They all take seats on like the benches in the foyer. And you hear your dad say, "So, what is the arrangement with the portraits? Why are their eyes closed?" You hear Anscombe say, "I don't know. No one asked."
Oh, never noticed.
His wisdom is good. He's noticed. He just doesn't know. With that being said, you head to the Paladin classroom. Okay. So, you find it well enough. Hold on a minute. Where did Cress go?
She's at the Mary Garden. We just missed her.
Yep. Okay. Well, I don't have the token for Cress, but...
I didn't check to see if her eyes were closed in the portrait.
That's true. You arrive at the Paladin's classroom. And as... It's pretty early in the afternoon. But as the door opens, Cressida, westward, turns and sees you enter, and she says, "What now?"
I don't have any problems at the present.
Oh.
Not me, anyways.
Is this just a social visit, then?
No, we've got a baby paladin here who needs some guidance.
Lilith behind you just, holds up her hand. "Lilith, noish. You're a fighter."
And a
behind
paladin.
you, Lilith says, "I found Tyrus, while we were out."
I found God.
Oh. Well, that's a brutal one. All right. Yeah, so, can we talk for a minute? Just about paladin stuff? Cress nods and gestures for you and her to follow her over to, the side of the paladin's classroom, where there is a desk with all sorts of paperwork that are kind of scattered about, very untidy. Cress thumps down behind the desk on the chair and puts her boots up on it and says, "Go ahead, shoot." "Okay, well, we just got a job, maybe, or we're considering a job." "Where?" "We have to go fight or meet with or stop cultists of Tyrus." "Okay.
I
What's
think
the
that
problem?"
speaks for itself. She's a follower of Tyrus. These people are cultists of Tyrus. Is there a difference?
"Yeah. Okay. Whatever your god has said to you about what you're into or what she wants from you, it's clear that these cultists don't want the same thing."
Then why are they calling themselves followers?
Uh, you see Cressida, like, leans back and stretches her back on the chair and puts her hands behind her head. There's extremes for every faith, every deity, every divine. There's extremes that latch on to one tenet or one belief or one following, and that's all they care about. True followers respect the whole portfolio.
Oh.
True followers try and understand things from every perspective as far as their god goes. Right? So, as a paladin of Viella, I'm all about change and adapting and adventure, but I'm also willing to train inside here instead of having to have a sky over my head, because I'm not a nonsensical extremist nincompoop. Okay, well, apparently these cultists are trying to summon a dragon turtle or something. Why? Dragon turtles are just in the ocean. Why do you need to summon one?
I was wondering that. And it's a hefty reward, so it must be causing a particular problem.
Roll an Arcana as you think about this.
Sure. 25.
With a 25, you know from your own studies that dragons and dragonkin are native to the plane of Arcadia.
Hmm.
If someone was trying to summon one, they're probably trying to pull it from Arcadia, which means it's probably a specific one or a very big one.
Ooh, that would be a problem.
That's the connection you make as they're talking about this.
Lorna would provide that context. Like, I guess that's why.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Then I
Probably
think
bad
it's
for
best you go
fishing.
stop them. Aye?
Okay. Well, that doesn't sound like there's a conflict of interest.
The only conflict here would be is if you don't want to stop other followers of Tyrus. And that's really something you have to come to terms with Tyrus. I've had to fight other followers of Viella.
There are bad followers of Viella.
They're bad followers of everyone.
She just seems so cool.
She is very cool. But there are people who read their texts and interpret them in the ways that are wrong, or the ways that they deem is right that are against other people's freedoms.
Well, how come the god doesn't just chime in and be like, you're fucking things up?
Most of the time, extremists or the sorts that are interpreting visions and such the way they want to, the god doesn't have a good connection with, because it's corrupted by their own beliefs and what they are assuming to be true.
They're hearing what they want to hear.
Exactly.
Interesting.
The only people that can truly hear what their god is saying are those that are willing to hear what they need to, and not only what they want to.
Even if it's stuff they don't want to hear.
Exactly.
You know, Lilith, you were telling me when I misnamed or inappropriately attributed a dragon moniker, like an average dragon moniker, to Tyrus, and you were like, if you keep doing it, someone of Tyrus, like an emissary of Tyrus, would like come and smite me for the audacity, right?
Yeah, I said that.
So maybe in this case, you are that emissary coming to smite those cultists for their misinterpretation and misappropriation of Tyrus's name and values.
Sounds exactly like something I should do.
That's just my interpretation. You should talk to her, but I think that we don't necessarily have a problem taking this job.
I think you're right to be concerned about it. But also, I can tell, even though you're new as a paladin, she's invested quite a bit of power in you.
Yeah, look at her. She's looking great.
She believes in you. So, take that for what it's worth. The goddess of vengeance is on your side.
A pretty good god to have on your side.
I'd say so. You see that Lilith takes what Cress says and is at a loss for words.
She's having a moment.
Yeah.
Aw.
It definitely seems to have affected her.
Like, out of character, the idea that Lilith's parents have kind of like written her off and like not even really claimed her. And then to have this kind of like maternal entity just be like, I believe in you so much that I invest in you. And like people can recognize that investment, which is probably very powerful for her.
It certainly seems to be. Eventually Lilith just says, okay. And yeah, I have work to do. I got smiting to do.
Yeah, some cultists to tell them to knock that shit off.
Thanks, Miss Westward. And Cressida just goes, fucking just Cress.
Yeah, even I could have told you that.
I didn't know. I mean, it's the first I've spoken. Thanks, Cress. You're welcome. And then Cress thumps her boots back on the ground and says, if there's nothing else,
Nope, we actually have a place to be. Thank you for your time.
off you go. And as she stands up, you hear her shouting at someone.
The presumably trainees.
Yeah, you just aren't perceiving them because of the enchantment. As you and Lilith are heading back towards the foyer, Lilith says, needed to hear that.
I think you did too.
Let's crush some fucking cultists and get paid a shitload of money.
$1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, what's $1?
I don't know. Doll hair.
As you arrive, you see, like, your party has most of them have finished their frozen creams by now, and you watch as Remus, like, insists as they're passing their bowls down to Keen, who has them, like, stacked up. So, are you taking the job or no?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Great. Time frame is relaxed, at least as far as I can tell. According to what we know, the ritual summons is going to take up to a few weeks.
Okay.
If you are slow, or if they are faster than our intelligence has, you might have to deal with a dragon turtle before the end of it all.
Gotcha.
And he hands you the information, and he hands you 12 pieces of transcription paper.
Okay.
Remember, your point of contact is Haldring, a town official in Misty Vale.
Gotcha. I've written that down.
Dress warm. Your party is allocated 2 greater healing potions and 2 standard healing potions per member from Seka.
Ooh. We need to go there right now, actually. 2 greater, 2 standard.
Yeah, we do. I have to get my armor fit.
Yep. That's where we're going right next. And we'll be headed out immediately, Persh.
Good. Get me informed.
Thanks. Of course.
As you leave, behind you, Balin says, well, that was remarkably prompt. Very official.
He's very no-nonsense.
I like that. I can respect that.
Yeah, I wish he would smile more, though. I wonder if he can.
Your dad doesn't seem to know what to say to that. He just...
That's valid. She was more speaking out loud. I'm marking down those healing potions because we're going right there.
Yep.
I already had one of each, a regular and a greater, so now she has 3 of each, which is fantastic. Because we all bought ones.
Yep.
Because we never had any.
It's true.
Hooray! Zaka.
As
This
you
is
arrive...
a housekeeping session.
Yeah, apparently. As you arrive at the blacksmith's, Seka is taking a break. She has sat down behind the anvil. You see that there is something on a working rod in the furnace, in the forge, that is currently warming, and she is smoking a cigar. And as you approach, she just... Lorna!
Hi.
And company.
That's right.
Got word.
Do you have a... Sorry, go ahead.
Got word you got some potions in requisition.
Wow, that was fast.
She just raises her eyebrows as if this is new to you.
Yeah. 2 regular, 2 greater. Tear could use a fitting for his armor.
Ah. And Tier holds out the adamantine studded leather in like a stack that he got, and she says, "All right, fitting adamantine. That's gonna be some work. Gonna need 50 gold just for the time." Tier puts 50 gold down on the anvil. She puts a crate of healing potions out towards you, Lorna.
Mm-hmm. She'll distribute the 2 of each kind to each member.
And while that's happening, you watch as Sekka pulls Tier over and begins the process of fitting the studded leather to him. It's going to be a minute. And by a minute, I mean like 2 hours. So maybe fuck off.
Okay. All right. Tier, do you want to meet us back at Bud's?
All right. That's fine. Ow! Skolna sits down on like the nearby stool and watches as Tier gets fitted.
Thanks. He'd get lost.
Skolna nods. That being said, that errand is being taken care of. Do you head to Bud's?
As they're passing by Persh, she's just going to say, can we use the teleportation circle at the academy to get back to our point of entry? Knows of it, Anya.
You can.
Okay. I just didn't want to use it when we shouldn't.
It is available for your use, so long as you alert us that you're using it.
Great. We're going to be using it to go.
Also, any individual that's not part of your primary team.
These 2.
He looks at Keen and Balin and says, "Very well.
We'll be going back to Malachor, and then we're going to be using the Arcanium from Malachor to Taka.
And your pass
And then we're going to walk on foot. Look to the rows and stand your ground.
Well enough. It's ready for you whenever you need it."
So, thank you.
You watch as he is marking something down on one of his other ledgers as you...
So I'm glad I talked to him.
Yeah, that would have been really bad. What's next?
Buds. We're gonna see if this potion has a proper kick to it.
All right. I am rolling for Bud's alchemy.
Let's go, Bud. Let's go.
As you arrive at Bud's, the room smells of burnt coal and seawater. It is a strange smell that fills every sense. The room itself seems to have a thin, light blue smoke that's just peeking up at the ceiling. It's like an inch thick, and it's very much billowing out of this large graduated flask that Bud has over a burner. You see that she is vigorously stirring in the burner and adding powder of these powdered cores. And as she's working, Glass says, "It is good you've returned. It has been...
Just getting good?
It has been educational, to say the least. If you ever hope to perform alchemy, this would be a good person to study from."
I will watch.
And as...
I'm sure Balin is just because he's an alchemist.
As, literally, as you are entering, you hear him say, "Oh, I recognize this. You're distilling out elemental cores. Can I
watch too?" We're making something interesting, I suppose. Or Bud is, anyways. I just provided the ingredients.
Yeah. Over the next, hour, you watch as Bud is, very professionally, but very intrinsically building this potion, this elixir. And based on my rolls, after, you've been there for an hour, and it's... Watching her work is almost feverish, and you kind of get the surreal feeling of watching someone do something they do for a living. She's not talking to any of you as she's working.
That's fair.
And by the end of it all, She pours out this potion out of the flask into this tall vial. It's like a root beer bottle full of this deep red and orange in the center potion. And as you're looking at it, you see little motes of orange light just like fly throughout inside the potion. She puts a cork stopper in it. She swirls it around and then just slides it over to you.
She will slide the 150 gold because it was 4 hours plus 50.
Yep. Bud
Thank
is like
you.
wiping the sweat off her face, and she says, "It's a pleasure doing business."
Mm-hmm. What do you think it'll do?
I'm gonna roll an Arcana for Bud based on her having made it. Okay. I'm not sure, but I believe it's going to imply the effects of a spell involving elemental magic permanently to the drinker. I believe they'll be able to invoke them at will. I don't know what they are.
I want this so bad.
Well, you have it.
Uh-huh. She looks at the rest of the party that's there.
Everyone is like watching and waiting, like seeing if you
I
drink the
this.
potion.
I know Tier and Skullner, her 2 brain cells aren't there, so
Yeah, they were getting fitted, so
Laura's just like, well, they can't stop me. She's gonna drink it.
you drink the potion?
Yeah, man.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Dirty 20.
You succeed.
Natural 17.
With a dirty
What was the
20.
DC?
20.
Oh! This burn's going down, doesn't it?
It hurts. It's hot. As you drink this potion, you feel this intense heat scald your throat, passing down into your chest. It's like you drank something way too hot to drink, and you feel it burning all the way. And as you're drinking it, you hear Remus say, "This feels oddly familiar." Watching
like
you
watching
drink a potion.
Atlantis do that.
Yeah. As you've consumed this elixir, for a moment, nothing seems to happen as the heat cools
Heartburn.
in your chest. And then you see bright orange light suddenly glow from behind your collarbone, under your arms, and through your veins, under your fingertips. Light is emitting from everywhere on you that is visible. Bright enough that the room is illuminated out to 30 feet of bright light. And then another 30 feet of dim beyond that. And as it glows brighter and brighter, you see flames suddenly like sprout off of your arms and legs. And then out from underneath your clothes, it's as though your collar suddenly fires, spitting up, and you feel your hair getting risen up off of your head, also igniting into flame. It doesn't hurt, but everywhere you see fire. You have been permanently imbued with the investiture of flame spell. Flames race across your body, shedding bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30. The flames don't harm you. You are immune to fire damage. You gain resistance to cold damage. Any creature that moves within 5 feet of you for the first time on a turn, or ends its turn there, takes 1d10 fire damage. You can use your action to create a line of fire, 15 feet long and 5 feet wide, extending from you in a direction you choose. Each creature in the line must make a dex saving throw, equal to your spellcasting save DC. A creature takes 48 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Is she always on fire?
You are on fire right now.
Is this permanent?
Seeing you on fire, Bud says, "Try and turn it off! You're gonna burn my shop down!"
She squeezes her eyes shut.
Try and will it away. It suddenly is off. But you feel that
was
heat.
she like starting to like Mark the floor.
Yeah, 100%. There was like a perfect ring around where you were standing. You still feel that heat, that constant glowing warmth in your gut, as if it's just there, ready for you to summon it.
That was really cool.
Are you all right?
I think so. Is there like a light source, like a fire light source in the shop?
Yeah, the shop is well lit. She was just working in here.
She's gonna like go up to one and just kind of put her hand in it, just see what happens.
You feel you feel the warmth of the fire, but it doesn't hurt.
This is so cool.
As you have consumed an elixir of flame investiture, and you are now immune to fire damage. The rest of your party is looking at you with alarm.
This is so cool.
That is where we're going to call tonight's session.
Oh, and resistant to cold. That's gonna make this. She's gonna be like her own personal heater.
You could just turn it on and be a heater all the time.
Yeah, that it's like kind of ironic that she had just like faced Fiona and was taking this like immense fire damage in the fray, and now she's immune to it.
Yeah, ironic.
That's
Thank you
so
for playing with me
fucking
tonight.
cool, though.
Huh?
I said that's so fucking cool.
I hope you had a good time. I had a great time
Yes.
running it for you. To those of you who are at home or at work watching, hi Pen, hi Sleepy, hi Emily, hi Class, everybody else,
Hi.
we love you all. And I wish you a good night.